A third straight matchup against a ranked opponent, the Yale Ivies team with that win. And it wasn't just the win that was impressive on the road, snapping UConn's 13-game win streak, but they did that 48 hours after a tough home loss against Syracuse. Terrific display of fight and fortitude that Nell Fortner's team will try to emulate tonight as the Yellow Jackets win the tap. And we are underway. This is a Georgia Tech team found that in spite of its 4-5 ACC record, Nell Fortner says this may be the best shooting team that she's had at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, she hadn't had scoring power like this. And, you know, they have a roster where they don't go deep. They got shooters all day.
Rusna Augusta-Naita, the true freshman, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the ACC with the bucket to put the Jackets ahead as we take a look at the Notre Dame starting five. And they did the yeoman's work at UConn, none more so than Hannah Hidalgo, 34 points that topped her previous high, which she set in her last game versus Syracuse. And she, as you know, Haley, is a fun one to watch as the foul drawn underneath.
And running this Notre Dame team like she is, it's really unheard of. I mean, Olivia Miles is out, and she stepped up to the plate and done everything and more for this Notre Dame team. So she's a firecracker, and she's really exciting to watch.
Watson rims in the first free throw. Kylee Watson scoreless against UConn. She wasn't the only one. Notre Dame beat UConn by 17 with only 4 players accounting for those 82 points. A 2-for-2 trip for Watson and his 3-2 Yellow Jackets as we take a look at the Georgia Tech 5. And you notice that Kayla Blackshear is back in the lineup. A steal by Hidalgo as she shoots the gap on Morgan, lays it in. Get used to that. A lot of teams have. Hannah Hidalgo, who had her first game all season without a steal, the nation's leader in that category, gets the steal and the bucket.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of that all night. And Toni Morgan is going to have to be intentional about protecting that basketball. She can't have those type of turnovers in the open court.
This makes it constantly skittish, Haley, knowing that there's Hannah Hidalgo lurking around the perimeter.
You got to be on edge all the time. There's no relaxing with her out there on the court.
Morgan draws 2, pitches out Augusta-Naita for another 3. A heavy rebound Citron for the Irish. Notre Dame, the ACC leaders in points and field goal percentage, and they're averaging a higher percentage from the field on the road this year than at home. And 2 more for Watson. Maddie Westbeld with arguably her most complete game of the season against UConn. Played all 40 minutes. Got 22 points, 5 rebounds. And the rebound chased down by Blackshear. That is what Kayla Blackshear does. Terrific offensive rebounder for her size.
She is, and they were missing that against FSU on Sunday.
Offensive rebound done. There's the stick in by Kira Dawn. She can do it from outside and in, Haley.
Yeah, you can't let Georgia Tech get more than 1 offensive rebound in a possession. That's just unheard of. They've got 2 threes and 2 0 boards. They're going to get a score.
On a team leading 15.7 points per game, had 19 in the loss to Florida State. That 3 horseshoes off. The rebound, Noeto for the Yellow Jackets. Georgia Tech is at its best when it's pushing the pace, and Blackshear rim to rim gets the lay-in.
And that's a great pass by Augusta-Naita. She saw Blackshear running. You got to reward your post when they're running the floor like that.
Nothing better, as you know, Haley, than going rim to rim and getting rewarded for it, right?
Oh, it's the best. If you don't get rewarded, you're not going to run as hard the next few possessions.
That's a blocking foul. Score it and 1.
Yeah, and you see right here on this nice pass, good roll. And Watson just goes strong, but they're going to look for each other, set each other up, and that's why they're leading the ACC in scoring.
That's one thing that I know, Haley, jumps out when you watch Notre Dame, their cohesion. And even Nielle told us in shoot-around, they're not all the way there yet as far as their chemistry because of the injuries, but she felt like in that UConn game, that was the first time where they really played a cohesive 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame is definitely going to be one of those teams that continues to figure out and put the pieces together as the season goes on, which is really what you want. You want to start to peak in February, March, because this is when it really starts to matter.
An aggressive start early for Kayla Blackshear ties us at 9. Citron working on Termis. The step in and the lay-in.
Yeah, Watson is getting some work down low early in this game. She is really giving Notre Dame a post presence.
Steal by Hidalgo. Pick Noeto's pocket. Did you finish on the other end? Yes.
Man.
2 steals leading to 2 breakaway layups for Hannah Hidalgo. Dunn attacking the other way. Got smothered by Watson and saved by Notre Dame.
You have to protect that basketball if you're around Hannah Hidalgo. Her hands are so quick. She will pick your pocket.
Quick hands. Great vision there on this. Noeto tight rope and tries to thread the needle. Deflected. 3-on-1. Oh, a great dime over the shoulder to Hidalgo, and she lays it in. Tech trying to stamp a 3-minute scoring drought. Won't come from that three by Dunn. The Wolf with a hezzy. Bounces away. Citron, terrific from three. Bangs it down. Nuero drops it down. Out to Termes. Termes rims out the mid-range jumper.
Even though they didn't score on that possession, that was a solid possession for Georgia Tech in the zone. That was a good shot.
Now Westbell's turn to let it fly. Notre Dame just seeming to impose its will here in the last 4 minutes, Haley. What can Georgia Tech do to be more fluid on the offensive end?
I think Georgia Tech needs to work on not getting rushed. I think that they're letting their offense really be dictated by the Notre Dame defense.
Applaud Notre Dame for that because they've been rushing Georgia Tech and forcing them to take these threes.
Blackshear dishes to Thomas Harris, splits two, got fouled. That's textbook trying to break down and pick the locks of a 2-3 zone, go high post to short corner.
That's where they're going to start to get better shots for themselves.
And Harris, this is hires on both free throws, though. Quickly the other way, Bransford goes to work on Nuero. In front of the rim, misses, rebound cleared by the Jets. Nuero tight ropes the baseline, finds Dunn. You figured Citron would have the matchup on her. Forces a tough shot. Johnson across. Morgan, no good. Good passing, but with the shot clock winding down, Morgan wasn't able to convert. Inside of a minute, first quarter. The drive and dish. And the three, good again. Shot clock at 5. Morgan jacks the three. Scramble for it. Won by Blackshear. 8 seconds to go. Snapped around to Johnson. Oh, wasn't ready for it. And a turnover. And it cost Nell Fordner a potential quarter-ending possession.
Yeah, and single digits being held. 9 points for the Jackets in this first quarter.
Citron with the cross. Got swatted. Johnson was all over it, but it was all Irish in the opening 10 minutes as Notre Dame closes the first quarter on a 19-0 run. Nell Fordner.
It's a throwback right there.
Oh, yeah. That was back when you still had to develop your film.
Don't do it like that, Andy.
I know. Now, Nell Fordner, Niele Ivey. We asked Nell her recollections of Niele as a point guard for her. And first Indiana Fever team back in 2001. So just very steady, good leader, very professional. As the Wolf gets the bounce off the front iron and down. I'm sure everybody remembers their first professional head coach, Haley.
Oh, sure do. Coach Wright, she is one to remember. She's one of the best in the business. I love playing for her.
And Tanisha Wright, longtime WNBA veteran. The shovel, Blackshear doubled with the left hand. And the iron unkind for Blackshear.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Morgan, but two defenders right there ready for Blackshear after she caught that one.
Yeah, that's one of the best looks that they've had in quite a while.
You noticed in that first quarter, Haley, that Georgia Tech was running into the trap against the 2-3 zone of driving baseline, and that's never a good idea against a 2-3.
Yeah, driving baseline is what the 2-3 zone wants you to do. It's a trap that many people fall into, and I think that's how they're rushing themselves. They're picking it up under the baseline. There's not a lot of options out of there.
Hidalgo punches it out of the handle of Augusta Knight, who's back on with 2 fouls. I think they need Augusta Knight's floor stretching foul.
They do. If she can knock down some threes right now, 1 of 11 from behind the arc. Not a good stat line for Georgia Tech, but if they can knock down a couple, maybe they can get back in this game.
Well, that three-pointer was on the first attempt from deep of the game for Georgia Tech. Another short-range shot spills off. The Yellow Jackets have missed 10 straight from deep and still trying to climb out of what is now a 23-0 run. The stop and go Hidalgo, too smooth.
These guards, between Hidalgo and DeWolf, both of them very quick, can handle the rock, and it's like they're just taking opportunities to just drive it to the rim.
Let's take a look at that last one from Hidalgo. 4th in the nation in scoring for a reason, Haley.
Yeah, it's hard guarding her off an on-ball screen. I think they're trying a lot of different schemes to contain her, but it's difficult. When you get a post player in front of you, hit him with a stop and go, there's not much that can be done to stop it.
They're playing a little bit more small ball besides Termes, but they can play switch on, players on defense and defend from anywhere in any position.
Termes went straight up, challenging Hidalgo. No whistle. Notre Dame to retain. Ariadna Termes, the 6'6 freshman from Spain. Now Watson, she had the hot hand in the first quarter. Off to Citron. The rebound wrestled away by DeWolf.
Wow, probably the smallest player on the court when he's got that one.
Anna DeWolf, who was a 4-year starter, now a 2,000-point career scorer between her time in South Bend and Fordham. She was scoreless in that win over UConn. And we were joking before the game. That was the first scoreless game of her entire college career. Anna Hidalgo, an 80% free throw shooter, trying to tie Kylee Watson's ACC record for most single-season ACC Rookie of the Week awards.
Man, I wonder who is going to win that award. Yeah, they have to make something happen.
Georgia Tech's got to find their way into an easy basket. Every shot they've taken has been contested.
And there finally the drought ends. Nell even told us at shoot-around she's 4th in the ACC in assists, but she'd love for her to be even more of a distributor. Nell has accumulated this year, and that's part of the next step in Toni Morgan's development.
When it's your opportunity to take over the game and when it's time to distribute and get your teammates involved.
Morgan got DeWolf to lead her feed. Noero relocating to the corner. Good for 3. That's textbook transition, as you know, Haley. Get out and run. Shooters go to the corners. You've got to get the space.
Yeah, I think she needed that one to go in. She was 0 for 4 from the three-point line before that, so seeing that one go in may get things started for Georgia Tech.
Noero, who tied her career high, 6 made field goals in the loss to Florida State, had 13 points. Blackshear pestered by Hidalgo. Gets the step. Doesn't get the roll. Dunn skies up for the rebound. She's blocked on the stick back. The kick out to Morgan. Trying to bullet one inside, and it grazed off the fingertips of Citron. It stays with Georgia Tech as we've come on timeout. Tell you what, Haley, in the LIV, all coaches are weary of the letdown after a big emotional win like the one Notre Dame enjoyed in stores on Saturday. But her team showing that veteran poise, putting those concerns to rest very early.
Oh, yeah. Neal's not going to let them bring out anything less than that same energy they brought for UConn. And now that she's seen that her team can bring that, that's now her new expectation for the rest of the season.
Swat on Noero. That block came from Natalia Marshall.
Yeah, Marshall, she has been incredible defensively since she's been in the game. I mean, the rotations even in the zone, but that block was big time. Laredo thought she had it, and Marshall was like, nah, not today.
That is already a 6th Notre Dame block. Irish have missed 9 of their last 10. That 3 down for Morgan. You can almost see a sigh of relief on the face of Toni Morgan. Oh, the look away pass, Watson off the feed from Hidalgo.
And she can dish it too. You know, we were talking with Coach Ivy earlier about Olivia Miles and how she can distribute the basketball, but Hannah Hidalgo, she can do it too.
Another steal in the passing lane. Racing down floor on Morgan and 1. She leads the nation in steals for a reason. The anticipation on the weak side, Haley, set that one up.
Yeah, I mean, she's just anticipating every single pass, just the rhythm of the dribbles. It's really amazing to see. Her eyes are always on the ball following it. And her speed taking off in the open court, you're not catching her.
No, she's fast.
And a UConn game where she dropped 34 on the Huskies. So we come into the final 30 seconds of this first half. 44-17 Irish. Morgan dancing with it. Shot clock at 5. The skip, Noero got the step in. Short, trying to chase after it. Hidalgo the board. 3 seconds. Turns on the Jets. Hidalgo trying to split 2. Flips it up and scores to beat the Horn. Just too quick with it.
That freshman, man, she is amazing. Her hands are so quick. She has a great instinct to find the basketball. And when she's playing you on defense, you can never, overthink it, but you just got to play and protect the basketball.
Was able to beat the first half buzzer to get her last field goal as Georgia Tech has possession to begin the second half. Yellow Jackets were led by 5 from Toni Morgan. Kara Dunn was bottled up in that first half. Just 1 of 8 from the floor and missed all 4 of her 3-point attempts as Noero gets bumped on the baseline.
I mean, she is so fast, but I think on top of that, she's the skills to back up that speed. I think a lot of times speed will outwork skill when they're just moving too fast, but she's got it all in a package already so young. So I'm excited to see her continued growth.
Push off on Augusta Naita on the dribble drive, and that's a quick third.
Players that I played against already, I would say somebody similar to a Jordan Canada, just because of her defensive prowess. But, I mean, honestly, I think you can compare it to a Fighting Irish all-time great of Skylar Diggins. I mean, she's got the defense. Her offense is off the charts already, scoring from all three levels. So I think you can compare it to Skylar Diggins.
And another thing you hadn't seen, Georgia Tech hasn't gotten to the free throw line. It's no attacking to get to the paint because the three's not falling. You got to figure something out.
Now Watson continuing to attack. The junior from Linwood, New Jersey, makes it 48-19 Notre Dame.
Cover. Yep, good.
Yeah, they got to do more than just passing in this zone, and Notre Dame's just staying with it because it's working.
DeWolf over the shoulder, off the feed from Hidalgo, and that is textbook.
And that's special. Two small guards on the floor. Hidalgo throws a nice dime, lob, baseball pass, and DeWolf is able to finish at the rim.
Sam Hartman-esque. Hannah Hidalgo. 3 minutes gone by. Here's Morgan hanging, can't finish. Tapped alive, controlled by Dunn. Trying to get it up. She is stuffed with a foul call. Now it looks like Georgia Tech will finally approach the free throw line.
Yeah, that was good hustle by Dunn to get that offensive board and work. But you can see this nice lob pass, baseball pass by Hidalgo straight to DeWolf with 3 Tech defenders trailing her, and she's able to catch and finish.
They assigned the steal to Watson, but then, of course, it landed in Hidalgo's hands and said, I'll take it from here.
Yeah, I got you.
15.7 points per game. That's 9th in the ACC. Had a 39-point game earlier this year versus Georgia State. And as you know, Haley, and I'm sure you experienced this from your days in Stanford, there is an adjustment that needs to be made when you're climbing up the opponent's scouting report and they're starting to key in on you.
Oh, for sure. I mean, as she's going to continue to get better and better, opponents have to take watch of that. So she's going to be starred on every single scouting report. So you got to start going to that second, third option in your bag. It can't always be your go-to move because that's how they're going to scout you. So I think as she continues to develop, she's going to have to think about how she's being scouted and how to make those adjustments.
Meanwhile, Hidalgo threads the needle to Watson.
That was a dime.
She had a plus 25, plus minus, which led all Irish players.
Yeah, Bransford, she is a talent, and she's a good defender and can score the basketball too, but just does the intangibles. She doesn't have to score the ball to be relevant or to be credible on the court.
Hidalgo off the bounce, off the glass.
Yeah, that's a tough finish. That takes a lot of touch. She wrapped around her defender who had more length than her. It just shows a lot of skill at a very young age.
Yeah, she does not play like a rookie.
Here's Dunn for 3. Good. Notre Dame humming along at 48% from the field. They're one of the best shooting teams in America. Away from South Bend, 49% from the field. Once again, Johnson hounded by Hidalgo. Pokes it from behind. Another steal. In the open floor, Hidalgo with 2 more.
Man, she has that down pat.
To the technology, NJIT. 3 straight but strong from Aviance Carter. In for the first time for Nell Fortner. Hidalgo got the blow by and another and one for Hannah Hidalgo. That was not the resistance that Georgia Tech needed in that situation. Free throw spills off. Rebound. Now an 18th 20-point game of the season for Hannah Hidalgo. Was named the Tamika Catchings National Freshman of the Week on Monday. Roped across. Augusta Naita overcooks the 3.
They haven't found an answer against that zone in that first quarter, and since then there's been no rhythm gained at all. They weren't attacking the rim. They're relying on the three-point shot, which is one of the best things that they do, but when it's not falling, you've got to find another answer, and I don't think they found that tonight.
Hidalgo with a hezzy. The step back on the window.
Oh, wow. That's good D. Just better row at that point in time. Those are those frustrating ones for the defensive player.
And Noedo, like you said, is a really gutsy defender. Rated taking charges. How about that flip by Aviance? Hidalgo trying to play pick and roll. Lobs down Westbell, clearing space on Noedo. Got the mismatch and got the finish.
Yeah, Westbell's just too strong and, too smart. She's going to get that matchup and score in the paint every time.
Andy Westbell, second team All-ACC a year ago.
Clicking on all cylinders, and I think this is a totally different team than what we were seeing maybe a week ago.
This was not a team that wanted to be complacent when they took the floor tonight, Haley, and certainly bodes well for what the back half of the ACC schedule can hold for Notre Dame. They're still just 5-3 in the ACC, in 6th position, but they are not playing like a team that may stay in 6th place for long. Here's a 3 by DeWolf. Leaves it short. Hidalgo the rebound. Back up with it. Boarded by Thomas Harris. Under a minute, 3rd quarter. Morgan gets free. Oh, tough angle.
And she kind of pushes Citron off of her, but, you know, she's a strong finisher. When she's capable of finishing at the rim, she can attack.
Hidalgo from deep.
And then she gives Laredo a look like, yeah, you can try and guard me, but it's going to be money at the top of the key.
Sometimes when you lay underneath that screen, the guards kind of take it personal, Haley.
Yeah, no, it's as you should, as you should. But, I mean, I think what we saw from Toni Morgan last possession, get into the rim, just playing bully ball as a guard with her strong frame, that's what she needs to keep doing down the stretch in this game.
Toni Morgan does lead Tech tonight with 9, but on 4 of 10 shooting. Hidalgo racing in the stare down with Nueto. Loads up a screen from Marshall. Rejects it. Penetrates. Whips it over to DeWolf, but she can't pull the trigger in time.
She's done wonders for every player that's come through there, just really teaching us how to be a winner, how to be strong, how to strive for excellence.
And, of course, back in 1995-96 was the head coach of Team USA, which ultimately won a gold medal here in Atlanta, and one of her assistants during that 1995-96 year, Georgia Tech head coach Nell Fordner, who, of course, succeeded her as Team USA head coach. Deep catch by Watson. Shovels to Citron. Fit on the lane.
Watson has been rebounding, scoring. Now she's dishing it. So she can do it from all over the court, and she is really giving Notre Dame a fantastic post presence tonight.
If you can get a version of this Kylee Watson on a more consistent basis,
then that's going to be trouble for the ACC and the country.
Blackshear heavy from the mid-range. Races down, gets her own miss. Carter lets it fly. That misses everything. Hidalgo, open floor. 2 more and give Hannah Hidalgo 31. That is 3 straight 30-point scoring games for Hannah Hidalgo.
It's been pretty easy. A lot of them have been layups, you know, where she just gets in the flow or off of steals. It's pretty incredible to see how easily she can score the basketball.
A lot of contact on that take by Harris. Thomas Harris, but the offensive rebound from Blackshear, and she'll go to the line.
I mean, there's one right way, and you're doing it or you're on the bench. And so I think that's what keeps her team so good year in and year out. So I think that's what makes Tara's team so great every year is the players that she brings in. She knows how to recruit, and we come in and we want to work.
You were telling us her shoot-arounds. I mean, that's not a laissez-faire
oh my gosh.
hour there on the floor.
No, our shoot-arounds were our 3-hour practices into 1. And so we come out sweating. We are on the move. You need a shower after that thing.
You said what? You got 2 layups with the right hand, 2 layups with the left hand, and it was full go.
Oh, you know. You walk in, it's 2 right, 2 left.
Blackshear sets up Dunn, passes on the 3. Nueto instead. No good. Scrap for the tap. And controlled by Blackshear. Able to save it to Dunn. Finds Nueto filling the lane. She'll bank it home for 2 and a foul. And Nueto just her second field goal in 12 attempts after 13 versus Florida State. Georgia Tech gets another possession.
Yeah, one thing Georgia Tech has been consistently doing tonight is crashing the glass. I think they've gotten a lot of second chance opportunities for their team, which it gives you energy getting to no board. So that's great that they're still pushing for that.
They have always been a good guard rebounding team. The ball fake, the 3 by Morgan. Can rack that up from the wing. Rebound by Westfeld. Notre Dame out rebounded UConn plus 10 in that win in Stores. Coming off your rookie season with the Atlanta Dream, but you got some family from the state of Georgia, you told me.
I sure do. I got all of my mom's side is here from Georgia. Well, most of them. So, yeah, definitely back here in the roots. When I got drafted, my mom said we're going home. So it's nice to have some loving out here in Georgia.
Said your mom is from little Riceboro, Georgia.
She is. Shout out Riceboro. I know she's listening right now, and she is smiling at home.
Riceboro, Georgia. Don't sleep on Riceboro now.
No.
They can produce some talent. Not just Haley Jones, but also your cousin, Alicia Milton-Jones, longtime WNBA player and now head coach of Old Dominion, who won a gold medal in the 2000 Olympics with a head coach named Nell Fordner. Here's a three by Dawn. That's good.
Yeah, that's good to see one go down for her. She's been having a tough shooting night, but she's sticking with it.
This is one of those quarters where Georgia Tech, this is almost the first quarter of their game Sunday versus Wake Forest. What can you build? What can you start to develop to seize some confidence back and carry with you to the road where it's never easy no matter what the opponent you're facing?
Well, yeah, I know maybe that zone won't be the same with Wake. Nice backdoor, but she's the leader of this Irish squad, and they follow that lead with her defensive tenacity.
Jacka's looking for a backdoor thrown away.
And then they know what to do. They're high-impact players. They come in with a lot of energy. So I think for them to continue to peak like they are now, moving into the rest of the March season, it'll be exciting.
Natalia Marshall goes to the line. The foul was on Kayla Blackshear. Marshall, the senior from Queens, New York, prepped at powerhouse Christ the King High School, which has produced a couple of players that you've gone up against in the WNBA. Tina Charles, Sue Bird, Jamaica Holdsclaw back.
You know, that school has definitely produced some talent over the years. But when you talk about Coach Ivy, you know, the ACC Coach of the Year last season and what, you know, they were able to do in winning the ACC regular season. But Hidalgo just set a new career high with 35.
And fittingly enough, it comes off a steal. 35 points, 15 of 24 from the floor. 8 assists, and the steals continue to pile up.
Well, I just think it's just incredible what Coach Ivy's been able to do, especially with the injuries, to continue to be competitive and build a roster that can compete for, you know, a long road in March when it comes tournament time, because this team has the makeup to go far in March.
Meanwhile, Kira Dunn up to 14 points, starting to find her stroke from outside, collapsing in the low post on Watson. Steps through it, but throws it into the hands of Nueto.
Yeah, hey, you feel better than good. You feel great. I mean, this is a great road win for them to get, especially after having such a big outing at UConn. So they're just going to keep carrying this momentum in the second half of ACC play. They're looking good.
Nifty pick and give and go between Termes and Dunn. Give Kara Dunn 16 points, equaling her season average.
Yeah, Termes, she's a good passer. Even for her size at 6'6", she can see over most of her defenders, but I like how she can distribute the basketball.
Obina topples over Kara Dunn to get called for a travel.
And that just speaks volumes of how night in, night out, you have to be ready because any team can beat you.
6 teams currently ranked in the top 25.
Yeah, no, she has. Even since she made the transfer from Buffalo to Syracuse, she's still clicking on all cylinders.
She almost became a better scorer.
She has. I think she has.
Lob in low, and Obina finishes. And I'm sure Sarah Sunugal is on to a much more lucrative endeavor coming out of Hinsdale Central High School. The biggest takeaway from your rookie season, WNBA All-Rookie, we might add, for Atlanta. And what can fans expect from year 2 out of you?
I mean, shoot, hopefully a lot of improvement. I think rookie season, it's a awakening for sure. It's just like that high school to college jump. It's a lot different. I mean, women have been in the league for a long time. They're more efficient. They just know how to do things. So, I mean, second year, we're extending the range. We're working on our ball handling, playing that point guard position. So
love it.
I'm excited. I think we're going to have a lot better season. I mean, last year was great with our young core already.
Who says that a Bruin and a Cardinal can't get along?
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be Pac-12, back to pack always.
Got to make it a little less festive for the opponents this year. As we come up on 1 minute in this ball game. Done with the extra pass, Augusta Naita. That is a good one more. And Augusta Naita rains down.
Oh, for sure. But I think, yeah, Fallon, you're completely right. With the expansion of the league coming this year and more in years to come, it's really showing how much the game is growing. You need more roster spots because of all of this young talent coming into play.
Yeah, I agree.
Picking up an expansion franchise in your native Bay Area. That'll be exciting.
Oh, yeah. Coming to the Bay. They need it.
Of course, we still hope that you'll be in Atlanta for a long time.
I know, right?
It's been a lot of fun having you jump on with us. Hope this has been an enjoyable debut in the color analyst chair.
Oh, yeah. It's been a great time. You two were amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing in the first time out. Thank you.
I say let's make this just an off-season endeavor only, and you got a lot of years left of professional basketball in you.
Oh, yeah.
But like we said, can't wait to watch your sophomore season just down the road.
I'm ready to get to it. This offseason is long. This is a long offseason. I'm ready for it.
You kind of earned the break going from finishing your season with Stanford, then straight into the WNBA.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are playing competitive ball for, seems like 9 months.
Oh, yeah. It felt like it.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
That piano jumped on your back.
Oh, yeah.
Piano was on the back of the Yellow Jackets tonight as Neil Ivy's club comes into Atlanta and will walk away with an 85-48 win, following up that impressive showing in Stores with another resounding road win led by their sensational freshman.